So how much do you need to save up in order to purchase your first home? Now, there's a myth going around that you need 20% down payment in order to afford a new home. That's not necessarily true. A 20% down payment is great because it is a lot of equity that you're starting off with in your home, and it can help you avoid things like private mortgage insurance, which will cost you an extra $100 or $200 a month, depending on the cost of the home. But depending on the loan that you get, you might have to pay a lot less to actually get your first home. So that starts off with the question of what loan are you getting? If you're getting an FHA loan, the minimum down payment that you need is typically right around 3.5%. If you're using a conventional loan, you can actually get as low as 3 to 5% as your minimum down payment. And if you're a veteran using a VA loan, you can get as little as 0% down for the down payment that you need to purchase the home. So it's a lot lower than 20% in regards to the minimum that you need for down payment. However, it's also important to think about other factors that are going to cost you some money in closing on your first home. Part of that is closing costs. The title company that you end up hiring is going to need to run a title search and do a lot of other recording and paperwork that's going to cost both the seller and you, the buyer, some money. I usually tell people that between loan processing fees and title fees, it's smart to save up right around an extra 3% of the purchase price. So for every 100 grand that you're spending on a home, I'd say bare minimum, save up right around 3% for the down payment and 3% for your closing costs as an absolute minimum, whether you're using an FHA, a VA, or a conventional loan. Now, it might cost you a little bit more than that, but I'd say that those are like the minimums that you want to make sure that you're saving. And if you want to be extra careful, no matter what, there's always going to be issues that come up with a home. Whether it's brand new or it's a 100-year-old home, you're going to get leaky pipes, you're going to get electrical issues, you're going to eventually get an issue with the roof, with your gutters. House problems come up, and some of them might not be DIY-able. So also make sure that you use discretion with your budget to say, okay, I want to have $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, whatever that price is that you feel comfortable with. Make sure that you have that money set up in a rainy day fund because you want to make sure that you take care of this new purchase that you just made. So maybe if all you can save up for is just the down payment and the closing costs, but you have no money left to pay for any repairs, maybe it's worth thinking about going, is it worth it for me to wait just a little bit longer to have some money just in case any issues come up? So that's my advice on how much money you need to save up for the purchase of your first home.